Hello everybody and welcome to our symposium on addressing the challenges of global brain health and diversity through neuroimaging. I'm one of your co-chairs, Faisal Mushtaq from the University of Leeds in the UK, and my co-chair is Professor Mitchell Valdez-Sosa from the Cuban Neuroscience Center, CNeuro. So Mitchell is over in Havana right now and I'm sat here in the UK, so we weren't able to sort of share this privilege of presenting online to you, but we will hopefully both be there together at the conference and look forward to meeting you there. Now, the topic of brain health is something that's really gained traction in recent years. So specifically last year, the World Health Organization produced this position paper on optimizing brain health across the life course. Now, I've pulled out a few extracts from that report. I won't read them all out here, but suffice to say that this is a framework for how brain health can be optimized throughout life. And they specifically point out a couple of things. First is that the research efforts must be rooted in equity, diversity, and inclusiveness, and that they also need to have greater research capacity across regions and differing income settings. And this is really sort of the what our sort of symposium is sort of predicated upon today. And the reason why the World Health Organization's report and those particular sort of extracts that I pulled out are particularly noteworthy, in my opinion, is that it's starting to become recognized, and has been for about the last 10-15 years or so now, is that neuroimaging research has significant sort of problems when it comes to representation, particularly representation of individuals from various different socioeconomic settings and geographies. And some of this sort of came to the fore very early on in sort of psychology. You see on the left-hand side here, now sort of a term that's sort of very widely used. Weird societies basically dominate the sort of scientific sort of landscape. Those are the people that we typically experiment upon. And sort of subsequent work on questions about what is a representative brain. And here on the sort of right hand side you see a sort of schematic illustrating all the various different sort of factors that contribute to brain function. So you have the micro all the way through to the macro there, sort of culture, the country you live in, the community you're in, as well as the sort of individual demographic, cognitive, emotional sort of factors that drive brain health. So it's a very complex, multifaceted sort of topic and needs to be treated as such. The need for diversity is now so commonplace that sometimes it's worth just stepping back and sort of reminding ourselves as to why it is actually important. And here's a sort of a paper that I think illustrates this really nicely. So you have this as an adaptation from some previous work on genetics, showing on the right hand side here, showing that actually the majority of people involved in GWAS studies come from European sort of populations. And when you try to make predictions about other populations from there, actually you end up with very poor prediction. And that can be particularly sort of problematic here in the topic that we're addressing today of brain health. So questions around if we want to try to optimize brain health, well then it really has to be representative of the populations that we're trying to serve. And just one more illustration here. I think this will come as no surprise to anybody. So here on the right hand side we have a figure of NIH-funded neuroscience research and participants who are included by race and by ethnicity there. And you'll see there's a big overrepresentation of white participants and underrepresentation of Black and Asian participants. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. The great thing is that these issues have been recognized and are being recognized, and there are approaches and sort of plans in place to be able to sort of do better, to have more representation across the globe. And here's a report, here's a call to action from the Global Brain Consortium, our GLAD white paper, sort of stands for Global Longitudinal Adolescent Development, a call for more multinational children and adolescent brain health studies. So the GLAD project is a call to action for the community to come together to address some of these issues so we can ultimately improve global brain health. And what we'd like to do here in this symposium is to put a spotlight on some existing programs of work addressing that exact sort of topic from a diverse range of groups and populations. So I'll be kicking off this symposium and I'll be telling you about some work that's happening in the United Kingdom. It's not an issue that we typically think of in terms of diverse populations, but what we have in the Bourne and Bradford study, which is what I'll be mentioning, is a socioeconomically and culturally diverse group of participants that we've been tracking for about 15 years. And then we'll have Professor Maria Bringas-Vega, who will be talking to you about a project that has been going on for a very long time now on the sort of Barbados nutrition study, 45 years of examination of the impact of malnutrition on the first year of life. And we will have Professor Susana Castro-Caveira, who will be talking about longitudinal neurodevelopment in infants who have high risk factors for brain damage and the Ketona method and the outcomes that her group have been experiencing with Professor Harmony. And finally, Mitchell, my co-chair, will wrap this session up and talk about some of the specific challenges and unique opportunities that lay in research in the Global South, with a specific slant on some of the lessons that have been learned from the Cuban Neuroscience Center and the work that they've been doing over the last few years. So I'm going to leave it there, and hope you will join us for the talks, and I look forward to meeting you at OHBM.